Alright, let's look at the homework 7, problem number 20. Alright, so we have this function n of t is given, and in part A, when is the rate of growth n prime increasing? Alright, so we have to look at the derivative of n prime, which is the second derivative. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so first derivative would be, so n prime of t is derivative by 1100 is going to be 0. Derivative of that is multiplied by 2. So 42 times 2 is 84t minus 3t squared. So that's the first derivative. Then we have to look at its derivative. So it's n double prime of t is going to be 84 minus 6t. Right? So if you set that equal to 0, right, we can see that, let's see, pull out 6, so you have 6 here, all right, and let's see, 84 is, let's see, we can put 1 6 into 8, 24, 6 times 4 is 24, so minus t is equal to 0, all right, so this is going to give you t is equal to 14. Right? So if you look at the number line, it actually only goes from 0 to 28. So from 0 to 28, and 14 is actually right in the middle. Right? Then if you look at the second derivative, so n double prime of, say, anything between, so 1 maybe, all right? So if you plug in 1 here, 14 minus 1 is positive, so this is positive here. After 14, we can plug in maybe 15, right? 14 minus 15 is, so this is going to be negative, right? So which means that if you look at the n prime, this is going to be increasing on this interval and decreasing on this interval, right? So let's type it in here. Oh, that's not it. All right. So rate of growth is increasing on, right? So we are looking at, let's see. So increasing was before 14, was it? Let's see. Yeah, before 14. So I'm going to have to put that in there. So it's from 0 to 14. All right. So let's check the answer. All right. We got that. And the growth is decreasing after 14, so it's going to be 14 to 28, right? So we got that, right? And find the inflection points of the original graph, right? So you can see that here, if you think of in terms of concavity, so it's a concavity of the original function is concave upward here. After that, concave downward. So concavity changes at x equals t equals 14. So we're gonna have, let's see, so it's t equals 14. You're gonna have inflection point, right? Check the answer. We got that. All right. The next question: sketch the graph of n and n prime on the coordinate system. All right. So look at the n. Right, n prime is easy to tell because this is just a straight line with a negative slope and hitting at 84 on the n-axis. Right, so here, right, so yeah, negative. So let's see. Looks like none of these is gonna have. Let's see. Let me double check n prime and oh sorry, I was looking at n double prime, so we're looking at the n and n prime. Sorry about that. All right, n prime is here, right? So it's 84t minus 3t squared, right? So it looks like it's going to go through the origin, and it's a concave down parabola, right? So we can find the correct picture here. Right, so it's going to go through the origin. So it's either, let's see, n prime. So this one, right? N prime go through the origin, and it looks like it's a concave down parabola. And everything else, because this one doesn't really go through the origin, this one doesn't, and this one doesn't. So this has got to be the right picture. So check the answer. Whoop, actually, I got that one wrong, huh? Alright, let's see. So n prime, let me double check here. Alright, n prime is, it's going to go through 0. And it's a concave down parabola. So let's see, why is that? Alright, so let me go back. Alright, so concave down parabola, it's gonna go through 0. So this looks good. Oh, sorry, there's another parabola here. So it goes to 0 and 28. Sorry, I messed that up. Alright, D. Alright, final check. Alright, we got that. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, find the maximum rate of growth. Alright, so highest point rate of growth, you can see that the highest point happens right in the middle here. And so it's going to be growth is at 14 minutes. Alright, then we just have to type in. Alright. We just need to compute the n prime. So at 14 it's the highest, so 14. Right, so you have 84 and plug in 14 there, and minus and 3 times 14 squared. Right, I'm gonna just borrow a calculator here. Right, so I just need to compute 84 times 14 minus 3 times 14 squared. Right, actually we don't really need it. Right, hit enter. So 588. So this is answer is going to be 588 bacteria per minute. Right, so let's check the answer here. Alright, check the answer. Alright, we got that. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.